Hello everybody, we're here with Jonathan Maas. Last year you were here as a law firm attendee, so do you want to give just a little bit of input on what you're here, what your role is this year in your new role?
I'm here as Assistant Director with Ernst & Young and their Forensic Technology and E-Discovery Services team in London and Europe. I'm here to represent Ernst & Young on a couple of panels, one on working with law firms and clients for mutual success and another on cloud computing, which I find a particular challenge in this day and age. Part of my role is of course working with law firms and corporates to help them get through their e-discovery challenges, from identification to collection to procedural consultancy, data review, that kind of thing, and obviously to promote Ernst & Young as a significant player in this field around the country. And I'm having a very enjoyable time doing all of that.
Great. Well, how's the ILTA conference been so far?
It's been good. Vegas has been very interesting. Very, very interesting. The conference itself as high caliber as ever. It's great to meet up with all my American peers and network again with them. That is probably the high point for me, has always been the networking element of an ILTA conference. And some very exciting sessions as well. I mentioned cloud computing earlier. I'm finding out more and more about cloud computing, and that has been very beneficial for me.
Okay. Well, one thing that InsideLegal is doing a series on right now is thought leadership. So we'd love to get your input, and just kind of off the top of your head, what do you think are some qualities that make up a, quote, thought leader?
Off the top of my head, I would think that it has to be experience, topped off with a willingness to express one's own opinion. I don't think you can be a thought leader if you don't have leading thoughts. So you have to be prepared to say what you think rather than what other people are thinking. I think you have to be vendor and software neutral. I don't think you can be a thought leader and promote products and services simply because it benefits you or your organisation. I think it helps to be liked. I think it helps to be well known, because I don't think you can be unknown and have people listen to your thoughts. A degree of comfort with travel helps, I suspect. And being a fairly sociable animal, because a lot of the thought leadership tends to happen outside of the formal parts of conferences and often happens underneath the table in the early hours of a Sunday morning. So a degree of resilience and robustness helps as well. But generally I think noted ability and experience and a willingness to speak outside the normal channels.
Well, great. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to be spotlighting Jonathan soon on InsideLegal, so stay tuned for that. Thanks, and have a great conference.
Bye-bye.